In a kingdom surrounded by vast, ancient forests, two young princesses were destined to meet in the most unexpected of places. Princess Elena and Princess Elsa, though born into royalty, had lived their lives in isolation, unaware that their fates were intertwined by a secret long hidden in the shadows of their past. Elena, a fiery-haired princess with emerald green eyes, spent her days wandering the enchanted forest that bordered her father's kingdom. The forest was her sanctuary, a place where she could escape the loneliness that had followed her since childhood. Though she lived in a grand castle with every comfort, she felt a void in her heart, a longing for something, or someone, she couldn't quite place. On the other side of the forest, Princess Elsa lived in a different kingdom but shared a similar existence. She too had long, flowing gray hair and a deep-seated loneliness. Despite her royal upbringing, Elsa found little solace in the grandeur of her palace. Like Elena, she sought refuge in the forest, where she felt a sense of belonging that eluded her elsewhere. One fateful day, as the sun dipped low in the sky, Elena and Elsa unknowingly began to tread the same path. Drawn by the whispers of the wind and the rustling of leaves, they wandered deeper into the woods, each feeling an inexplicable pull toward something, or someone, waiting for them. As they rounded a bend in the path, their eyes met for the first time. Both girls froze, their breath catching in their throats. It was as if they were looking into a mirror, each seeing a reflection of herself in the other. The same long hair, the same piercing green eyes, it was uncanny. "Who are you?" Elena finally asked, her voice a mixture of curiosity and caution. "I am Elsa," the other girl replied, her voice trembling slightly. "And you? Who are you?" "I'm Elena," she said softly. They stood in silence, taking in the incredible coincidence that had brought them together. Though initially wary of one another, a bond quickly began to form as they realized how much they had in common. They both had a deep love for the forest, a shared sense of loneliness, and a mutual longing for companionship. Their fears and uncertainties gradually gave way to a growing connection, something deeper than friendship, though neither could yet name it. Days turned into weeks as Elena and Elsa continued to meet in the forest. They spent hours exploring its hidden corners, sharing stories of their lives, and discovering more about each other. They found they had more in common than just their appearance. Both had a desire to help others and a yearning to make a difference in the world. One day, while resting by a crystal-clear stream, they made a pact. "Let's use our bond, our connection, to help others," Elsa suggested. "We can travel from village to village, offering our help to those in need. Together, we can make a real difference." Elena nodded in agreement. "Yes, let's do it. We can be a team, two princesses with a mission to bring joy and kindness to the world." And so, the two princesses embarked on a journey that took them far beyond the borders of their kingdoms. They visited villages where children played barefoot in the streets and where farmers toiled under the hot sun. In every place they went, they found ways to help. They taught young girls to read and sew, assisted boys in learning to hunt and fish, and offered their wisdom to those who sought it. They even helped the elderly, bringing warmth and comfort to those who had little. As they traveled, their bond deepened, and they began to feel as though they were more than just friends. There was something almost magical about the way they understood each other, as if they were two halves of the same whole. The connection they felt was unlike anything they had ever experienced. One evening, after a long day of helping villagers, they met an elderly woman named Madame Evora, who lived alone in a small cottage at the edge of the forest. Known for her wisdom and knowledge of the ancient ways, Madame Evora invited them in, offering tea and a place to rest. As they sat by the fire, Madame Evora studied them closely, her old eyes twinkling with recognition. "You two," she began slowly, "are not just any two young girls who happened to meet in the forest. There is a reason you were drawn to each other." Elena and Elsa exchanged puzzled glances. "What do you mean?" Elena asked. Madame Evora smiled gently. "You are sisters," she said softly. "Separated at birth by forces beyond your control. But fate has brought you back together." Stunned, the princesses felt tears well up in their eyes. The truth of their sisterhood filled the void that had been in their hearts for so long. They had found each other, and in doing so, had found a part of themselves they never knew was missing. With Madame Evora's help, they set out to find their parents, King Teo and Queen Zaya, who had been separated many years ago by a tragic misunderstanding that led to the girls being raised in different kingdoms. The reunion was filled with joy, tears, and the healing of old wounds. King Teo and Queen Zaya, once estranged, found their way back to each other, their love rekindled by the return of their daughters. Elena and Elsa were welcomed back into their family with open arms. Their journey had not only reunited them with each other but had also brought their parents back together. The two princesses, once lonely and lost, had found their true place in the world. With their family whole again, Elena and Elsa continued to rule their kingdom with wisdom and compassion. They never forgot the bond that had brought them together in the forest, and they used the lessons they had learned on their journey to lead their people with kindness and grace. And so, the tale of Princess Elena and Princess Elsa became a legend in the kingdom, a story of sisterhood, of love that transcends time and distance, and of the incredible power of fate to bring people together. Their names were forever etched in the annals of history as the princesses who found each other in the heart of the enchanted forest and changed the world with their love.